magical OEM world. On the edge of the back of the convention, like lots of OEM booths, trying to hit the right markets, hoping someone comes up and makes a few minor modifications and then sells them, which I might do. This is a typical offering from an OEM. This one is nice. So a lot of the companies here are showing off one or two pieces that someone else from, let's say a smartphone manufacturer, wants to come and just see the camera. These guys make a dual camera solution here, as you can see. A few different options. And then, companies will come here and be like, oh, that would be great for our new phone, great for our new device. What's the price? So they come here and find individual components, and then they can integrate them into their new smartphones and tablets and whatever else. So that's one of the things that happens here at Computex. There's OEM stuff everywhere. Like in this booth here, you can find stuff. Well, the booth beyond that, they do Razer. I'll go over and show you this guy. They told us they do the Razer stuff, and they told me it was kale. So they were like, yeah, we OEM for Razer and a couple other brands. And then they've got their own RGB versions that look a lot like some of the Razer stuff. These guys, well, they do Leopold, several other brands, Cherry switches, Alp switches, they call them Alpes, whatever. But yeah, they have some pretty nice stuff here at a decent price point, So this is all OEMs. People will come here and they'll either look at some of the stuff here, take some ideas from it, get their own designs made, or they'll just start with an OEM and like add a couple of buttons or change cable routing on the back and then make it their own product. So it's not all about having an industrial designer. It's about knowing what you want and then modifying some of these things. And then once you get tons of money, then you can do your own industrial design and your own molding, which costs, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Tony, or is it Tony technology? Looks a lot like a mix between the Yeti and that Razer microphone that's out on the market. I wonder how it sounds. Sometimes you find something that looks really sleek and cool, like the stuff here. It's got RGB on the bottom glowing, and you can turn that off. Or you can just go for the black version right here. There we go, there's the full black version. Those ain't cherry switches, but you can get them in cherry. This is the way it goes a lot of times. You'll find a product like this. I mean, you look at it and you think, oh, that's pretty rough. And they're like, well, they just handmade this thing. It's all metal on the top, and it's got rough edges, but it's a prototype, so the full version will be like much better. Around the sides right now, it's got a large clear plastic area for RGB to glow on the desk. They could make that thinner, or they could just black that out and get rid of the RGB altogether. All metal on the back. It weighs a ton, but it feels really nice. But a lot of people will look at this and just keep walking, but then I look at it and it's like, okay, well, there's a lot you can do with this. Let me know what you guys think. As you're coming here, you'll start to notice some GeForce GTX stuff hanging around. Sometimes you come over here and look at the headsets and stuff like that, and you'll be like, oh, well, that's a Steel Series with a paint job or something like that, or that's the big Bionics, So it's a lot of these things start off as OEMs and then they get a couple changes made. Here you can come and see them before they're famous.